Hello and welcome back to the shop. Once again, it's Mike. Today I'm going to show you how to age leather with just some paint, specifically some Plaid FX flexible acrylic paint. A couple of days ago, I decided to just have a bit of a free build. I needed a break from building all the other stuff I was doing and I wanted to do a kit bash. Now, I love kit bashing, and I had a couple months ago gone to a thrift store and found an old, I believe it's made by Radica, the Sub-Assault handheld video game from the 90s. And it didn't work anymore, and I just loved the shape of it. And this was it, actually. This is a pair of would-be Magnoculars, I believe is the term used, from Star Wars-esque sort of thing. It's not mimicking any specific prop ever made. It was really just me designing a prop and exploring prop design and just having fun kit bashing. This is made from, like I said, the Radica Sub-Assault game, some old camera parts, parts of an old Ranger 505 TV, bits that I cast that I actually used to make these portable trackers from Alien. And I'll be doing a video on the build of these and the excessive amount of work involved in making them look right. And this strap, now this leather strap comes from an M56 magazine pouch, which was used by Yugoslavia in the 1950s. You may recognize it from a previous video that I did on the NeuroSav magnocular things from, what is it? I believe it's The Last Jedi, one of the newer sequel films, where I made that from an old Bell & Howell camera. But it's the same strap that's used, and in fact this is the magazine pouch that it came off of. And these are used on the Mud Troopers from Solo, and also there's several on the different Scarif Commandos from Rogue One, and they do pop up all the time in the Star Wars universe in the films. And actually I've seen a couple of them in the some of the recent episodes of The Mandalorian, which I'll be doing a video on some of those props here soon too, which is quite exciting. Anyhow, once I had this on here, I decided that it needed a character to go with it because I don't have enough projects going as it is. And that's what this guy is back here, at least the start of him. This chest plate is one of the old Imperial officer chest plates that I had a mold for those years ago, and this is sort of the last one, and it's pretty rough, and you kind of tell. But I figured that since he's going to be a mercenary, maybe, or a bounty, I don't know what he's going to be, but I didn't even have a name yet. I decided it was going to be held on by leather straps because it's a salvaged piece. Obviously, it's got a big repair on it. And after I'd riveted those leather straps on, they look like this, which sort of sticks out. The rest of it was all weathered and beat. It was already painted. And that doesn't look right. So there's 1,000 ways that you can age leather to make it look old and worn and beat up. But I'm kind of too lazy to do any of those. So I decided to see if I could use this Plaid FX paint to make it look right. And in my opinion, I did a pretty good job. And I'm going to show you how I did that so that you can take an old belt or bits of leather or really any material. This stuff will work on everything. And a paintbrush and a paper towel and a little bit of water and make brand new leather, whatever it comes from, or any material really. I think there's fake leathers and different materials that you can make this work with as well, to kind of make it match an old ancient piece of 70-year-old leather that probably wasn't treated well its entire life. But let me bring the camera around and then show you very quickly how this works, because it goes surprisingly fast. So the only things, like I said, you need are some Plaid FX, some water, which this is filthy water, but it won't matter, a little cup to mix in, one little paintbrush, and a bit of paper towel. The paper towel is actually quite important for this. But I'm just using a 1-inch chip brush, essentially. Now, the colors I are using are red, orange, brown, and black. And I really just sort of mix this until I like the color. So you can figure it out on your own what color you like to make the leather look exactly how you want. And I'm going to start with just this bit of finished up brown belt blank. And then we're going to weather it and make it look terrible. Well, we're going to make it look weathered. We're going to weather the leather. Lol. Now, in the Star Wars universe, there is a lot of leather products, so I'm assuming there's a lot of cows laying around, and since Star Wars pretty much have planets that only have one atmosphere, I'm assuming there's a cow planet. Because even the sand people use leather, and there's not a whole lot of cows on Tatooine, so it's obviously imported from somewhere. So mix up this paint here, and then because it's base brown, I don't need a whole lot of black, but I'm literally just pouring paint into this bucket. And I'm doing fairly random amounts of it. I didn't bother measuring it. I rarely do. Probably should. Would make this easier. Obviously I use this paint a lot because these things are covered in their own paint. Open! That one will not open. I've apparently used it too much. There we go. And then just need a little bit of black, not a whole lot. Now, mix that up and see if we like the color. Because I want to give this leather a bit of a red tinge. Kind of like how it is on the armor plate. I don't know if you can see the color very well, but it does need a bit more red. I am messy. Apparently a lot more red. That's okay. I'm not Bob Ross. I always miss him saying phthalo blue. So I like that color. So this lighter color leather, I've mixed up this paint, liberally apply. Give it a few minutes here, and then we're gonna go back and dab it off like you would anything else that you do a wash on. And it has taken off some of the excess paint. Now, you can throw it across the table and then go back and scrub it with your paper towel. And you can scrub it as much as you like or as little as you like to get the effect you're after. That's pretty neato, right? Now, you can go back and you can do a black wash over this or a brown wash or what have you, and then darken it up or whatever you want. But I'm going to actually add a little bit more black to this paint now. My paint mixture that I got. That seems right. Math is hard. And darken it up even more. Now it's quite horrible. Perfect. It's a very, very dark brown now. And then once again, liberally apply. And then, don't really even have to let it dry. Just go back, dab it off. This actually helps. It's a bit of a mechanical action that forces a little bit of the paint down into the crevices as well. And then once again, go back and scrub it. And now it's really starting to dirty it up. And you can do this as many times or as few times as you like to get the desired effect, and you go along the sides and do the exact same thing. Now, if on this side it's quite uncured, there's no finish on this side of the leather whatsoever, and it's, you know, it's a little bit leaked through because I'm messy. But you can do the exact same thing and gain the exact same effect. And this is just with 4 colors of paint and some elbow grease. But even that's starting to weather and age. Go back, do this side again. Switch around to a drier piece of your paper towel. In this case, I'm using shop towels. And then leave a nice big fingerprint and continue. And like I said, you can do this over and over and over again until you get the desired effect you want. And that's on lighter colored leather. Darker colored leather is a slightly more difficult thing. With darker colored leather like this, you need some sandpaper. Now this is a bit of 3M 220 grit. And I just sand a little bit of the finish off the top. And that exposes the grain a little bit better. It also lightens it up a skosh, or a smidgen, as my grandmother used to say. And then same wash, same colors, nothing added to it except for when I darkened it. Liberally apply. With darker leather, you got to do it a couple of times to get the effect to pop, but it is starting to age a skosh, or a smidgen, as my grandma used to say. And that's just a once over. If we do it 3 or 4 more times, it gets even darker, gets even more aged. You will have to change out your paper towel occasionally. sure when you do the scrubbing action, you have as little paint on the paper towel as possible, because it causes friction, which pulls some of the paint up. And always go in one direction. It's just now starting to get nice and weathered. Now that works for darker leather. For black leather, you're going to need to have a slightly darker paint, actually a slightly lighter paint, using a lot of grays. But it's the same concept. You just mix the color that you like, and Bob's your uncle, so to speak. Now with raw leather like this completely uncured, unfinished, well, this is cured, but unfinished leather, it's even easier. Same mix. Goop it on. Wash, rinse, repeat. Now, if you're like me and you have big rolls of leather laying around, you have the option of making whatever you want, however you want. Well, that fell. Oh dear, I'm making a mess. And I am essentially scrubbing it pretty hard right now. And that's starting to age beautifully. And then a couple more coats of that, maybe a black wash. This thing will look exactly as old as I want it to look, but right now it kind of looks like a bit of wood, doesn't it? So let's add a little bit more water from this horribly filthy water I have here. And do it all over again. It's a very, very simple technique, but it is also quite effective. Switch my paper around here. Aged leather. Obviously the backside gets covered in horrible, but you get the picture. And there they are, all dried up. And you can see that with just 4 colors of Plaid FX, you can age leather quite nicely. And then take a belt or bit of leather, or a bit of whatever material, even foam. This technique will work on foam. And make a nice aged bit of leather to fit in with the Star Wars universe's overabundance of leather, because there are apparently millions of cows on every planet. Leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Check out my social media links below, and then check out Plaid FX. The link for that is also below. You can pick this stuff up at like Joann's or any hobby store that's around you. You can order it online, find it on Amazon, etc. If you have any questions or comments, or you want to see me build something else or attack a different technique, please leave a comment below. Thank you again for watching. Cheers.